The main actors are these parallel pens, which I used the first days, the first time. We will use one with water-soluble ink and one with waterproof ink and mix it. Then we dilute them with these brush pens. And the first thing is to fill one of them with this waterproof ink, which is the sketch ink from Aurora and Klingner. And this is not the real black one, it's called Thea, and it's a really dark gray, nearly black. And therefore because I had already used all of this ink inside the cartridge, and this is also one of the first drawings, so some parts are with this waterproof ink, and of course you see it here, the water-soluble ink. These are from the cartridges. They came with these pens, and there is a color mix package and only blacks. And I accidentally bought the colored one. I don't know if I ever will use them, but okay, where's the... okay, there is also one black in it. And when you don't buy the set, only the pen, there are two cartridges, one black, one red, but they are water soluble. And this water soluble one is inside this one with this 3.8 millimeter, and this is the smaller one, I think about 1.8 millimeters. And this is the original empty cartridge. There is a nice ball in it, so that's good for the flow of the ink. And then I take this injection needle, which is damp, and I also got this from Amazon, as well as these parallel pens. They are about 30 to 40, 50 euros, so nearly the same in $US. And then I fill up the ink here in this injection, and then I fill it here into the cartridge. You can also buy cartridges which fits into this parallel pens from Pilot, but it also works with these original cartridges here. So this is now filled up, like I said, with this waterproof ink. Okay, this is also the first try. Then here I make this normal ink drawing and then a little bit shading with the water-soluble part. And this is only with the water-soluble ink. I show you how I did this, because it's quite nice. I'll show you. I zoom in a little bit. You can use it in this or in this direction. Yeah. So when I start with this corner, I really get a nice thin line, like I'm used this from my other fountain pens. But the point is, because of this very special tip or special nib, there is another way to draw. And I like, so from time to time, to change a little bit the drawing tools. So fine liner, fountain pens, tip pens. It's quite nice and funny to try them out, and I'm not sure how much I will use it, but so from I think I will do it. I think I will do some bigger drawings with them. So this is when you only use, I'll show you here a window, when you only use the water soluble ink. Let's do a face here, something like this. And so you can do some lines, contrast in thickness, very quick. And even when you don't are a good drawer, when you then, I do this very quick, when you then use this water brush pen for shading, there's always I think a nice experience, a nice final outcome. So this is just for a quick first sketch, and then of course you can take every normal brush, and then I do the shading here, and you see it's a bluish, greenish, so very cold. When it's cold gray, more like a indigo. And yeah, then I'll say let's do this here with this face. And you see a very loose sketch, and so I think as well for beginners that's a fun way to sketch. And then very interesting is when you combine the waterproof ink with the soluble one. So when we do a tower here, like you know from my other videos, it's my usual topic, so cityscapes, post-apocalyptic ones. And then we can do some nice shadows here and there. And I want to show you another important thing. When this is wet, so it's not dry, then it's also of course soluble because it's wet, and then you get a more neutral black. So not this blue one, you see the difference? So this keep in mind when you dilute the waterproof ink before it's dry, and then in the same drawing you use, let's do a tree here, quick and dirty. In the same drawing, this original cartridges, which are water soluble. Show you in a minute. And then let's start here so that we have only here at the bottom of the tree, of this crown, the shadow, and as well here at the base. Okay, and then I only clean the tip a little bit, and then of course when this is dry, this line, then it's not water soluble. A nice effect is the negative space. You can achieve with this pens. So let's do another face here. So he's looking down, a guy. Let's do the hair. And now we want to use this negative space. You are shading outside this face, and you see the ink flows around this head, and as well a little bit here inside, and the shadows in the face, of course. Can do it here, but beware, because it's then getting very dark, so then that you don't overdraw it. A bit here, and let's say here, his hair. Yeah. So it's a very nice tool, these pens. They are in 4 different sizes. I only got these 2 for the first trying. And of course, because of this special form, you can do here some grass, very thin lines. Let's do another tree. First we start with this. I don't know. Yeah, but only when you shake it very heavy, then you can do some sparkles. I would not recommend to use any other Indian ink or waterproof ink when it's not made for fountain pens. And I only know these 2 brands. This one is from Platinum, the carbon ink, and the other one is the, I showed you the sketch ink from Aurora and Klingner. And because the other ink will clunk this tip, clunk the nib and destroy it, and so better don't use it. Okay, so now we have the line work, and this stays because it's waterproof ink. And now when we apply this water-soluble one here for the shadow parts, okay, and then take our brush, just clean it, and as you see here, nothing special happened, but when we go then here, then there, you see this water-soluble parts we are drawing. And I think this is a nice game between shadow and light. Also this more bluish tone. See here? And we can remove the ink before drying. I lift it up a little bit. And keep in mind, this is a very, very cheap 120-gram paper. And because the results on a dedicated, let's say, watercolor paper or Bristol will be much better. But I think it's worth to try it out. But now I forgot something very important. What if we color this now? Let's color this with watercolor and a classic pencil brush. Where are my brushes? Let's take one of these. Because even when the water-soluble ink is dry, it's water-soluble. It stays water-soluble. So, as you see, and this could, of course, then be too much. like you see here. Oh, let's lift up something. But when we use it for the closest, so maybe there is red. Yeah, that's not that bad. Let's do some really blue parts here. And as well so as well we can do this here with the house, the building here. But there is would be a good idea when you start on the empty page and then go. Okay, and then let's take some yellow, and this should then be green because of this black. Okay, yeah, well, yeah, then let's take some blue so that we get some greens here. Okay, then let's see, we have a red roof, also mix, and everything gets of course darker. Here we have the water proofing, so here it's like usual, it stays, but like I said, the combination of both water soluble, waterproof can be a nice and funny combination. Here once more. Maybe you don't like this style, this very loose style, but I think I like it. So from time to time I will use this. Let's take some green. This gets a very special mood. Yeah, and that's an example for overwork. Okay, now hope to see you next time. Bye.